In my last lesson, I took up some stems, and I pulled these stems from a James Brown track called Sex Machine. And I got the stems together, and I realized somewhere near the end of the lesson, too, I wanted to get further, but the lesson was too long. So I want to come here and talk more about this idea of getting EQs and compression, along with probably a noise gate, maybe a transient shaper, but not a shaper, probably just a transient that just help boost the transients, I think it's called the air transient, which you'll see right here. And so I'll come to here and I'll look at a track. So I'll come to here and I'm gonna look at this bass track right here, right? And I got a bass here. Let's turn the other tracks off here. And this is the bass track. And you'll hear it sort of fuzzy in the background, right? You don't get to feel that part where he's like fingering the notes with his fingers, and you hear that sound of the bass there. It's almost a fuzz bass going on there. So I want to sort of change this. This is from a stem. And you'll see it right here in my stem pool or sample pool actually. It says Sex Machine Bass. So I'll come to here, I'm gonna turn this rack on, and I got some effects tied to it already. I've already lined up. So you'll see here I got an EQ here. I put the EQ up, I'm gonna turn it on right here. So you hear him actually play. That fuzz stuff is missing. Turn this on again. See the high cut? Take that stuff out, put it back on. The high cut just cuts that stuff out of there, which is great. I also have my low, mid, and the high. Here on my low mid, I'm messing with 165 hertz. I like that. I've got my tuning up to here, which is 0.27. Here's the gain for that. I bring up the bass of it a little bit. I got here the low mid, right? And so here in the low mid, we're messing with 460 hertz. That's 460 hertz. I just want to get this cue to be nice and thin, like a little peak on it. See, it distorts there, bring it down to here. Now it's better. My high mid's in here too. I get more fingering here. And here, this is the highs. There aren't much highs in the bass. I want to get enough so I can at least get that fingering going on, and some little bit of highs I hear actually. So I'll come back to here. I'll probably try to play the drums. I can control this bass too, up or down. I like that. So I'll turn this off. I'm gonna go here to the compressor. Here's my compressor, turn it on. Hear the difference? So it's tight, but strong enough. I'll bring down the mix a little bit. Threshold's good. It's my threshold right here. Once it gets there, the knee reacts to pull it down somewhat. We're not going over 0 dB here too as well. Next, I'll pull the transient in. I'll turn this on. So you pull out some of that. I'm gonna go over here. So it seems the transients, the peaks. So to explain this, I probably need to go to here. Sample edit. And we see these peaks up here. So it's trying to make sure these peaks of these transients, each one of these little things are transient. And I want to just have more of this punch targeting these top peaks so I get the feel of it as someone's actually playing, you know? Let's go back to here. And the next thing I have is a noise gate. I'm gonna go to here, pull it up. This is my noise gate. It's a hard gate. I got the denoise filter on. Threshold, of course, the attack here. And what I'll do is turn it on. Notice something what happens in the reduction. See the reduction coming? It just cuts out all the noise. So once he stops playing and there's no more sound, the noise gate just reacts. Just cuts all audio out. Now we got more definition in the bass. That sounds pretty good to me. Also, my denoiser here, as I said before, threshold level, the attack, the hold. Once you pull this up, you can adjust your settings, which is always good. Let's hear it without it. Hear the difference? It's important to set up some effects for any stem you make. You can bring out a whole lot inside of the actual track. Now, once I get a part and I like it and I love the way it sounds, I will tend to sort of save this rack effect, right? Now, I know it's a James Brown song, and James Brown basses seem to be just about near the same level. So I'll come to here and I'll click right there, and I want to save this rack effect. As you can see in the bottom, I can do that. But I already have it here, actually, right here, right? This is the James Brown rack effect right there. I come here, I can rename that now. The reason why I'm doing this is because I made some adjustments. So I grabbed it again, I put it here, and now I'm just going to save it again. Yep, right over the file. So once you get a file you like, and you may want to change it, that's how easy you can change your rack effect files. It makes it much more easy to do it that way without having any problems. So this effect remains there. I can pull this off of here. I also want to adjust my level. And I'll pull out the guitar here next. Get an idea how they sound together. I got effects in the guitar too. A little amp here. I'll turn my output down. I get some more drive out the amp. Right? I'm going to go with mono, really, because the guitar has two different sides, left and right. And here, back in stereo. And you can hear the difference now when you hear that guitar is more to one side than the other. Turn this off. Add some effects here. Let me bring this down some. Let me bring a drum in. And the drum comes in right here. So it's always cool to get your effects right and to save your rack effects. Like, for example, I have my guitar. I'll hit the guitar here. I've got my effects here, right? And I want to probably bring this amp back in. And what I'm going to do here with the amp, though, is I got my output set up here. Treble, bass, everything else gets bypass. That's the bias. And we also have the soft clip. And we have top boost. So I'm going to bring down some of the bass, actually. And keep my guitar more of this high mid frequency and pull the bass back out, and I'll come back and I'm gonna slow the guitar. And I'll come here to the parametric EQ. See if it's too loud. It's almost whiny. That's almost some of the filter effects I have that you feel from the EQ. Now pull it out. And there you go. It's not too bad. So I'll stop this. For the guitar, I just use a parametric EQ. I know the frequency for guitar. For my EQ chart, I'll come to here. We've got a nice compression going with the attack. I'll go to mute this here. that this is my threshold level. Once that gets there, the knee reacts. I can improve my mix. This is the output. I still have a problem where it gets quiet here in that sample. Can't do anything about that. And I've got, of course, the little amp here and this noise gate. But when I add the other parts in, it doesn't sound too bad. And here they come right here. And we got more definition in the bass, more definition in the guitar for sure, and the drums are right there. Now I'll do a whole idea on drums in the next video because it's a little more complicated than you think. But this actually works. Just make sure you've got a good effect going on, you can save it. So I want to go back to here, show what I did here. I like that guitar now. I'll go back to here again. I'll go to here, I'm going to press save, right? I'm going to press save, and I got a James Brown guitar. Here it is right here, the effect for the guitar. I'll just click on this. It puts the same name down here. I'll go to save, and it's going to overwrite the past one I had with the new changes I did to that rack effect. I'll go to here, overwrite, it's good. So that's what I do with stems. I hope this helps you a lot with dealing with your stems. If you have any questions, hit me up at SampleKings.com. And if you want to get a lesson, you can get lessons from us. It's only $16 an hour. You can use Cash App, Venmo. Just visit SampleKings.com and we'll take care of you. I'll see you in the next video.